So, thank you guys for tuning in to the Trapmiss Podcast with Monica Sheri. This is your host, Monica Sheri. That is I. And my guest host, my guy, Simbay. Yeah. So, today, we're going to be talking about a lot of different things. And I'm very, very, very excited because it is episode 11. We've made it to 11 episodes. Woo! Yeah! You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're going to get into some things today. So, first off, I want to start off with the massacre of Sonya Massey. And I know that sounds dramatic, but I'm not being dramatic, I promise. That's what happened, essentially, in her home. She called the cops because she thought someone was outside of her house, from what I know. And, you know, the cops came to her home and, you know, they were just being intimidating to her. And, you know, she had some words with them, went over to a pot of boiling water that they asked her to take off the stove, attempted to remove it and, you know, said, "I rebuke you," to, you know, whoever she was talking to, it doesn't matter. And he shot her in the face. It was psychotic. Absolutely psychotic. So it has, you know, just invoked everyone around the world to just, you know, stand up and make sure that, like, justice is served, you know, for this murderous case, you know. So, Simbay, how did you feel about that?
Well, I felt disgusted. I felt disgusted not only at the massacre that took place in her home, where she should feel safe, and first and foremost, condolences to her family, her community, her child, her family. But secondly, I felt disgusted by the fact that this wasn't shocking or new to me or to us as a people. I feel like we get one of these incidents a couple times a year. Like it's almost like an unfortunate annual tradition. There's going to be a black murder of note that seems to happen every year at the hands of the police or at the hands of racist perpetrators who either justice isn't served, or even if justice is served, there's a hollowness attached to it. I think also she had a young minor cousin who was also killed and murdered by the police a few weeks prior. So, not surprised. I think Illinois is one of the most racist states in America. I think, you know, they had Chicago, so people gloss over how racist and scary Illinois can be. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. Completely unfortunate, unjustified.
And we want to send our condolences to the family of Sonya Massey.
Absolutely.
You know, anything that we can do to, you know, help support. Like, we would love to, you know about anything that anyone has coming up where they're helping to support. Just putting a black crime bill into place where, you know, we can actually get some protection laws, you know, like everyone else has, you know,
Absolutely.
in this country. That would just be great. So, you know, I look forward to that and just helping, like, any organization that wants to put, you know, forth effort towards that. So next, we want to get into Kamala Harris being chosen and handpicked by Biden to take over as his successor in the 2024 presidential race. How did you feel when you heard Kamala Harris? For me, as a woman, it was just like, oh, like, okay, we're going to have like a woman president. You know, I don't necessarily agree with everything that she does necessarily, but, you know, there's time for people to change. There's time for people to learn and embrace new things. And, you know, other than giving a little bit of word salad every now and then, you know, I feel like she's pretty solid all around pick. There was a lot of, you know, back and forth. But first, let me get into Simbay. What are your thoughts on Kamala Harris running for president? Black woman.
Keep going.
A black woman. No. I would like to get your thoughts on Kamala Harris running for president as a black woman, and then we'll get into as a black woman. Yes. So okay. We'll just get to the meaty greedy then. Okay then. So let's get to it. Do you feel like Kamala Harris is a black woman? Now, Donald Trump has went on a rampage saying things like, oh, well, she actually identifies as Indian, an Indian woman, or, you know, whatever tribe she's from. No offense. the other thing with that is that she's Jamaican as well. So, you know, and she went to Howard. She's an AKA, right? Am I not mistaken?
Also known as bougie.
you know,
feel me?
You know. So, you know, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, like, I get it where she's not foundationally black, like
don't do that.
Black
Don't do that.
American.
Don't do that.
No, I'm gonna do it.
Say that. Thank you for shaking your head, J-Rob. What is she talking about? What is she talking about? What is that? Ew.
What is
sister? What's that?
Heritage is Jamaican and Indian. Indian and Jamaican. Okay? That's her heritage.
Listen,
so nobody's saying she's not black. They're saying she's not foundationally black. I think that's where everyone is getting upset.
Huh?
Well, what are your thoughts on this? But what I'm saying isn't wrong, is it?
It's wrong for them niggas.
How?
Hey, what's that? You rant? Is it my turn?
No rants. No rants.
Okay. Just facts. Okay, cool. I appreciate my black woman, host, owner, proprietor of this podcast for calming me down because I was about to go.
I got Indian family too. Cherokee and my great granddaddy is from the Bahamas. And who else? Yeah, we got some family down
that
in Caribbean, baby. And then we got some white in our family as well, some European, Irish specifically.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna give y'all my government right now.
Irish? Man,
I got some Irish in my blood. Not like us, J-Rob. Nah, we more like y'all than you think.
Once upon a time, all of us were in chains. Damn. Irish, damn.
But Irish did not own slaves, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Caden.
Not the Lowborn.
Superman, Batman. Nah, but what makes to me Kamala's black? Why is Kamala black? Y'all ask. She went to Howard University in the 90s, in the DMV. What do we have in the DMV every summer until like the early 2000s? What do we have? Caribbean Day Parade. Am I tripping? You not from
Georgia Avenue Day?
Call it what you want, but if you went to multiple Caribbean Day parades, Georgia Avenue days, you black, man. It was only black. I never saw a white person at Caribbean Day parade ever. I don't even think I saw a Hispanic person there. No diss. I'm just saying that was the blackest place outside of Africa on that day. The Caribbean Day Parade. And I know Kamala was there. I know she was one of the ladies twerking on top of a truck. Okay? On top of a light pole. That was happening.
Not my first lady. No.
Then she can't be my first lady.
No.
Because
she's not twerking on a goddamn truck.
Why does that bother you? She's a nigga. Respect. Hey, Kamala, let me tell you, if you out there.
Does she think she's a nigga?
If you out there, Kamala, let me let you know this. I love Indian food. I love Jamaican food. I'm East African. Shout out to Barack. I love Kenyan food. You feel me? I'm voting for you, Kamala Harris, November 2024. I won't even listen to any objections towards Donald Trump, you genealogy niggas that have popped up out of nowhere. And the blackest thing she can be is a black woman who claims to be a little Indian because she got good hair. That's all I'm saying. Is that her hair? I believe so. If not, it's one of her cousins. Shout out to Kamala, man. 2024.
Obviously. So,
who you
when
voting
it comes
for?
to this next topic, huh?
Who you voting for?
I mean, I said I might vote for Kamala, but
what's the other option?
Make America great again. Right on, buddy. Yeah. Trump 2024.
Damn, you said not only 2020.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
You said 2020. Star Wars time.
I'm just kidding. I'm voting for Kamala so far. You know, but I need her to stop giving word salad. She be giving a lot of word salad.
Now,
I know word salad because I do it sometimes, and I love to do it. I think it's fucking hilarious.
What I will say is this: I'm voting for her regardless. Let me put that out there. But I think
word salad
for her in my opinion, if I only heard her talking during the debate, I think it's fine. I think rallies, not her jam. I think I can see how somebody could say, hey man, the more she talks, like in a setting where she gotta sell you, I can see how she can unsell you the more she talking. But me, standing on principle, black culture can't reign supreme if I don't vote for a black queen. I had a little slogan going on, but Snoop Dogg Champagne got me twisted. So I apologize, but I vote for Kamala, man. Regardless, I'm not gonna be one of these Instagram genealogists. I don't care what race her mom is.
They said Megan Thee Stallion was twerking on stage.
That's what I want.
They said it was going crazy. They said the ass was all over the stage.
Good.
And it was disgusting. It was so nasty. Everybody was so upset.
But were they kung fu fighting?
Yes.
Okay.
They were. Woo. You know?
Nah, but check this out though. Here's the difference between that rally and the Trump rally. What college Hulk Hogan go to? Exactly. Anti-racist. What college Amber Rose go to? Exactly. And she Amber Rose. Yeah. Okay?
She beat up Jocelyn.
Megan Thee Stallion. So she beat up a black woman. Somebody who identifies as black. I don't like that. That's not how I like my race politics.
No, she whooped her ass. She was like, pow, 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 bitch.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Don't you ever tell me I don't identify as what I identify as.
Megan Thee Stallion. A black woman. A black queen.
Black queen.
College educated.
You said a black queen.
Went to TSU. Okay? Kamala Harris. Another black queen from Oakland. Father, an economist. Okay? Went to Howard. Black Mecca. District of Columbia. Greatest city on earth. I might add. I don't know. I'm from there. Shit. I believe it. So you got two powerful black women. Educated black women. Both went to HBCUs. Can I point that out? So if you black and you dissing Megan and Kamala on stage trying to get black people to vote for the first black woman president, you tripping. You're tripping. I came on here last pod and I said black people are the number one race group in America. The rise has been meteoric. Didn't I say that last time, J-Ron? That time, Joe Biden was running for president. I said, check it out. We were slaves for 400 years.
He says it as if it was so long ago.
It was. So much has changed.
At that time, Joe Biden was running for president. This was 2 weeks ago, guys. But no! I'm going to make it sound like it was years.
Years worth of stuff has happened. Historical things. All I'm saying is, 2 weeks ago, I said that 100 years after slavery ended, civil rights movement. 50 years after the civil rights movement, first black president. 8 years after the first black man president, we getting our second and it's gonna be a woman? All I'm saying, and that was after 4 years after the last first black president, we got the first black female vice president, first female vice president. I'm telling you once again, black people out there, tell your friends, don't be on the wrong side of history, because what's happening right now is a culture shift. You on the wrong side, you're going to get left on that side. Vote for Kamala. Don't think about it too hard. Let it go. Stop thinking. You don't think no other time. You's a nigga. I know you. You don't do no fucking thing. Thinking ain't even our thing. We a vibe people.
I like to think.
You like to think you think. But we vibe.
Nah, I do think.
We vibe, man. Vote for Kamala. Let the kids see a first black. Think about all the black kids who raised by a single mom. I'm gonna just throw that out there. Think about that. Think about all the black kids who raised by a single mom. Think about all the young black women out there who excel in the number one group of academics in America is black women. They're the number one overachievers in the world. Let them get them a president. Okay? Boost them up a little bit. Now kids, they want to see Kamala in their mom. Kids going to see Kamala in themselves. A whole nother generation of kids, it's not going to be nothing for them to vote the next nigga in. Blacks in the White House finna be like when they let the first nigga in the NBA. From then on, it's been a black man league. That's what the White House finna turn into.
This shit tastes like some
garlic.
No.
Oh, you don't know.
This shit tastes like some churro, cinnamon toast crunch, oatmeal, popcorn.
My name's Monica.
Think of the oatmeal. Shut your ass up.
She high as a motherfucker.
See?
She high as hell.
See, but yeah, so that's all I got to say on Kamala and Megan. You know what I mean? If you a nigga, vote for them. Stop it.
You should not be on stage.
And we gotta normalize black women twerking everywhere. I've been saying that every time.
My man Doggy Diamond said it best. Every time you accomplish something, you cannot turn around and start buddy hopping with your ass like a fucking dog wagging its tail.
Why not? How you know when a dog happy? I know a black woman feels safe and free when she starts twerking. She feels safe
and starts wagging her ass just randomly. Oh my god, promotion!
Hey,
that makes sense.
That's fucking crazy.
That makes sense. I would start.
He's simping.
Promotion.
He's simping.
I'm simping.
He's simping.
Simping for Kamala 2024. Simbay.
I'm gonna come with something. You turn around and start wagging your ass like a dog. Bow, 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 bow.
I'm a sim for Kamala. Yeah.
Look, I ain't judging nobody. I'm just saying he had a point. I think that was funny. I think it was funny.
Yeah, the jokes was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. He said
as long as he vote the right way. Okay, doggy. Don't fuck this up.
Doggy. Yeah, I agree.
She's from Oakland too. Oakland, college in DC.
What about all the black men that she locked up? What about all the black men that she locked up?
Fuck them niggas, man. Vote Kamala 2024. What are you talking about? Take something to get
How you gonna say fuck them niggas? That's controversial.
Fuck them other niggas cause I'm down for my niggas. Fuck them other niggas cause I'm down.
I know, but niggas' families have been affected.
Man, family.
Black women have been affected.
Fuck
How dare you?
Fuck them. Kamala 2020. I'm gonna be as blue as a Crip on that day in November. What are you talking about? I'm talking about voting Kamala. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
He's gang.
Gang.
As black people, man, we gotta one day just be down with us, and then ask questions later. All right, we gotta make it a nigga affair, man. All nigga.
A nigga affair.
Plus, also, you know who needs Kamala to be president more than anybody?
Black woman.
Howard University. Okay, they gotta balance out the year. They started the year with P Diddy beating up Cassie. Okay.
Oh man.
Kamala being president. Come on, now it balances it out. Shout out to HU, man. Shout out to the Bisons, man. Dang, my nigga being different right now. But I'm gonna hold it down.
Alright, so did you catch any of the Donald Trump Adam Ross stream?
I saw it. I didn't catch it.
It's quite interesting.
I saw it while happening.
Okay.
This nigga Donald Trump is spiraling right now. His jokes ain't hitting like they was when he was going against Biden. If you notice, it's not hitting the same. It's not.
I don't even know if it's his joke. So listen. So here's what happened, right? Excuse me. So he went on a thing with black journalists. It was like a panel, right?
Yeah.
And it was a bunch of black journalists.
Shout out to the black journalists.
Yeah, that were a part of that. And in that, he decided to act like a disrespectful little whore. He kept repeating stats and crazy shit like black jobs and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, so like all the immigrants are coming in and they're taking black jobs. He kept like over talking the ladies as they were trying to talk, and it was just like super disrespectful.
Shout out to the immigrants.
Super rude and ridiculous. And you know, so my thing with asking, did you see the Adam Ross stream? Is because you know, as he did that stream, I saw him showing forth a respect to a young white. He's white, am I right? Aiden Ross, whatever his name is.
He's not black.
Yeah, he's not like us. So, you know, the amount of respect that he showed that young man that he couldn't simply do for the people on the fucking panel, the black people, you know, sitting here going, oh, well, you know, black jobs are being taken, and this, that, and the third, and boom, bam, you know? And it was just like really irritating, like to see him constantly bow, 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 just like keep going. Like saying the same crap over and over, trying to repeat statistics when he had no numbers in hand. He's just like saying shit just to say it. The shit was insane. And it was just very disrespectful. So to see him go on like, or invite Aiden Ross to Mar-a-Lago estate, you know, with all his in the back, you know, excuse me, in the back looking all
weird.
Yeah. It was just giving weirdo. And I just feel like he's a weirdo. I don't understand, like, why you couldn't show the same respect to the black women on that stage, the black journalists that were asking you questions that were easy to answer. But you decided, I'm just going to overtalk them because they're black. And that's not why I got to overtalk them with my orange fucking ugly ass, you know? The shit is insane. You know, and I know you saw that, Simbay.
Hey,
what are your thoughts on that?
Hey, what are my thoughts? I only got one thought. Can I share that thought with you?
Let's hear it.
What does Oprah Winfrey think? And when are we going to start asking her questions? Because she was going to be Donald Trump's vice presidential candidate back when he was going to run back in the day, before he ran and won for the presidency in 2016. Somebody need to press her and be like, Oprah, what you see in this nigga right here, man? Because this nigga been racist for a couple decades now, for sure. You know, every time you try to pop up with black culture, it's always with degenerates. I mean, we give Kamala flack for putting niggas who was criminals in jail, and all we see Donald Trump pop out with is niggas who are criminals. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to the black journalist. Shout out to that black lady who was pressing his ass on stage too, man. I'm telling you, 2024, we not nice. The whole race ain't nice. We not nice. We used to smile when we walked in the buildings to make you feel safe. We not smiling no more. We not. We going in the whole... Hey, they better start selling Old Bay and Whole Foods. It's different these days. I'm telling you. We not nice. So yeah, also, but to get back on topic...
They don't sell Old Bay and Whole Foods?
They need to start.
I thought they did.
Come out of 2024. Now, with that said, I think it's weirdo, baby. I think it's also, it's confirming a lot of the things that has been going on in the discourse. We know that a lot of these gaming streamers, a lot of these streamers in general, they lean towards manosphere. They lean towards alt-right. And who do we see Donald Trump going on? The Logan Paul show. He's linking up with Aiden Ross. We saw Donald Trump's son linking up with academics, right? Like you notice these streamers, they really putting on for Donald Trump right now, and he can lean on them. And then even the rappers, degenerates, Amber Rose and RNC, she had the slut walk. I'm just saying, it's the worst of the worst of the Negroes going over there. And again, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion for having the courage to go up on that stage and twerk on a foot that she got shot on by a degenerate who's in jail. You know what I mean? Hey. Come on, 2024, gang. Fuck going on, man. But I agree with you, Monica. It's weirdo behavior. Real talk. I think it's weird.
Gang.
Yeah, just like he's not making no points. Like, because okay, let's say let's entertain him. Let's say she went from Indian to black. What makes you a better presidential candidate than her? Like, are you prepared to answer that question? It doesn't seem like he is. It just seems like it's just going to be all insults, and I think.
She's Indian. I think she's not black.
We were entertaining the insults when it was Joe Biden because we had jokes for Joe Biden ourselves. Yeah. People who are left leaning. I'm left leaning. You know what I mean? I don't feel like restricting nobody's rights for no reason. You want to have an abortion, and a gay marriage in the same McDonald's, fine. Like, I'm all for it. If you want my tax dollars to help pay for it, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? If you want to smoke weed at the same time, cool. I'm just not into restrictive government. Now, I know that Kamala doesn't equal progressive government necessarily, but if they both don't equal progressive government, that's even more reason for me to just vote black anyway. If somebody, because a lot of niggas' counter argument is, well, she ain't that progressive. Well, then, if I know he not progressive, and if she not progressive, my default is nigga. What it is, man. Shit.
So those are our thoughts on the political campaigns that are going on right now. So we're going to swing back to you in a moment. We're going to take a break real quick.
Good,
Yes.
And we are back with the Trapmiss Podcast with your host, Monica Sheri, and my guest host, Simbay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and so today we're going to be reviewing some new music. So the first album we're going to be reviewing is, let's say, Denzel Curry, the mischievous king of the South. So I'm going to give some of my thoughts. He's going to give some of his thoughts. And we're going to get on with the thing. Now, the mischievous king of the South. Let me say this. Or King of the Mischievous South. Volume 2. Sorry if I got that wrong the first time. But let me say, I just feel like the features were just on point. It was just like a very like, it was just given like I'm pimping, like I want niggas to know I'm pimping. Like it was a lot of different vibes on here. It was a lot of, I would say, where is Denzel Curry actually from? Are you familiar?
Florida, like Miami, Florida.
Miami, Florida? Okay. Well, I know he's from the South somewhere, but just he gave a little bit of everything. Like I feel like, he did like the Atlanta like party vibe with some of the songs. He gave a little bit of like the Memphis flow. He took you down to Texas with the slower flow, but the slow but meaningful flow where, they just like, when they talk, like you hear them. He did a lot with it. And, some of the standout tracks for me, I'm going to say Ultra Shit. Obviously, like anytime he does, I am the ultimate, anything with Ultra with Denzel Curry, it always goes off. So Ultra Shit, Hot One, I really like that. They had the Tia Corinne feature on there. It was another joint that he had with A$AP Rocky, Hoodlums. That one towards the end. Wish List. And I really like G's Up. I'll say those are some of my like favorites, my favorite cuts, album cuts off of this project. What are you thinking, Simbay?
Okay, so I like the intro. I like the inclusion of Kingpin, Skinny Pimp as like the album's narrator on the intro and on the interludes. I thought the standout verse to me on the album was by Tia Corinne. I like the inclusion of all the Southern rappers. Me personally, I've been listening to a lot of Project Pat over the past 2 weeks. So hearing him on this album, I thought it vibed really well. I think Ty Dolla $ign did a really cool job on Cold Pimp. I think Juicy J had a really good verse. I think A$AP Rocky and A$AP Ferg showing up on the album is really cool. And I think Denzel Curry being one of the younger guys showing, it's interesting to see them as like dudes who are now in that older statesman role, getting the like homage verse on an album like this. I think this is one of those albums where it doesn't really matter what it sells. I think it's one of those like cementing kind of albums. Like it puts him in position moving forward to be one of the faces of the next generation. Even though he's been an artist for a while, but I think you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, I like it a lot. I got nothing negative to really say about it. I think getting 15 songs in only 34 minutes, I think it was a really easy listen to go through. I think also, I think the representation of women on this album is really interesting. With Tia Corinne and And Armani White, that's a woman, right? Or am I confusing that with Shorty from Griselda?
Yeah, you might be confusing
Okay.
that. Hold on, let me
I
see.
apologize.
Armani White.
I know I get names mixed up. So
No, you're good.
Don't.
Yeah, no, Armani White is definitely a nigga.
sorry, Mister.
He's not a nigga.
sorry, Mr. White. What's that homegirl name from Griselda? Or who be rapping with Griselda? Is it something Caesar?
Armani Caesar, yeah.
Oh,
It's crazy because I actually listen to a lot of Armani Caesar. I love her. And I feel like she don't get like no flack like at all. Like don't nobody like her like for real. Cause like I don't know, like no, you're good. It's just you know, I'm surprised that you brought her up like because she's actually a great performer.
She's dope.
Yeah, she's very dope.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, have you ever been to a Denzel Curry concert? Cause I have, and that shit is wow. They open that shit up, yo. If you want to mosh, like yo, it's insane.
You gotta start doing.
It's insane.
Show reviews. I feel like I don't know if it's recorded every time, but I feel like you're always talking about how you went to this rapper show, that rapper show.
Yeah,
you definitely gotta start like putting out like rapper live performance rankings. Or some type of shit.
I definitely could do that.
Enough shows and enough like different. You know what I mean? It's not like only boom bap or only turn up or only. It's like you go to enough to say, I think this nigga good. I think this nigga bad. I can give him a rating. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'll definitely look into that going into the future.
But definitely shout out to the homie Denzel Curry. Should be proud of this album. I heard in an interview that he gave, I think like either today or yesterday, that him and Jid might be like possibly
doing a collaboration or a collab album.
But
oh wow, that'll be insane.
The idea of a Jid and Denzel Curry album is the new mythical Kendrick and J. Cole album.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
where it's gonna be teased and never happen. And then like for our generation, it was the mythical Kanye and Drake album. That kept being teased. So I feel like every generation gets a mythical album that never happens. It's like
what do you think it is for the female rappers right now?
Ooh, who would I want
on an album together?
I think I would want Flo Milli and Lotto. Me personally.
Flo Milli and Lotto?
And then like maybe a couple features from like the Sexy Reds, the Doja Cat.
I would like to hear something from JT and Glorilla, even though they don't get along. I think they can make something fire.
I think so too. I think all the rappers who are women who are beefing, ironically, are the ones who should make songs together. Like Nicki, Meg, and Cardi B. I think the funny thing about Nicki and Cardi arguing or beefing is ironically they're the yin to each other's yang.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost like the Kobe LeBron thing. The funny thing is when you look at
I feel like LeBron's pretty great though. Like I can't give like Cardi B like
No. Facts. You know. Cardi B is not LeBron or Kobe.
I feel like it's more I don't know. Like you gotta give me a different player.
Okay, Megan and Nicki. Now, Megan's also LeBron. Like, Nicki is a top 10 rapper ever, male or female. That's the problem where it's like, she is confrontational, but like, niggas is confrontational.
Yeah.
Like, so she come with that energy, and a lot of the women rappers do not match it. They try to match it to a degree. Like, they won't, like, not to be offensive, they won't do this, but they'll come to this point, and then they'll complain. You feel me? Like where she willing to go through a nigga. Yeah. Whereas they will come to the point and then be like, yo, but like she bullying or like, damn, she said this. Whereas you see Drake and Kendrick, like, yo, one of them kids might be Dave Freeze, and Kendrick is like, nigga, certified pedophile, like, nigga,
like going at it.
Jay-Z is like, yo, I left a condom on your baby's car seat, nigga, and the nigga, the nigga Nas calling Jay-Z gay, like, it's just like, yo, this is crazy. This is what's supposed, and Jay-Z and Nas linked up. I fully believe if Biggie and Tupac stayed living, they would have been friends again. And I fully expect 5, 10 years, I'm maybe even making it too far away. Drake and Kendrick gonna be cool again.
Yeah.
Like, it's the two biggest niggas in the game. The only two niggas who can understand each other for real is really your enemy. Like, if I'm the biggest on this side, you the biggest on that side. Like, my friends are close to me, my families are close to me. You the only person who knows what it's like to be the nigga that I am, and vice versa. So eventually, one day, we gonna bump into each other and have those conversations. So for that point, you're right. For Nicki, no other rapper who's a woman knows what it feels like to be top 10.
Yeah.
Dead or alive. Like even, I mean, Missy Elliott, but like they're not the same era.
Right.
They not they can't beef because Missy Elliott is a first ballot already Hall of Famer.
Yeah, exactly.
She ain't gonna like. That's like a nigga beefing with Lil Wayne. Or
She
something.
did say mumbling and cackling though.
Who? What?
Apparently, Missy was mumbling and cackling when Sheefer came out.
She allowed.
So every time, you know, Missy come up in a situation with Nicki Minaj or something like that, or in conversation, Nicki Minaj will tweet out mumbling and cackling.
That's cool. Like for example, Shaquille O'Neal can diss you know, who a young NBA. He can diss Steph Curry. You feel me? It's like, I wouldn't take it as two they both top level Hall of Famers. That, like, Missy Elliott laughing at a Nicki Minaj bar, if that's what she was doing. If I'm Nicki, I'm not taking it too much offense. We both Hall of Famers, and I can't really go at Missy, not because Nicki's not big enough. Again, she top 10, but it's just like, one of y'all is in y'all prime. The other one is retired. She's still on tour, but you know what I mean. She like hot retired in terms of Missy not trying to be hot. She knows she could sell out 20,000 people from state to state because music make like she just
Is she selling out?
She's selling out. She that nigga. I mean, if I said Monica,
You looked at the numbers?
I didn't look at the numbers, but the clips I seen online, it's been packed, and the production. The stage, it looks like on some stadium status shit, which is like, I'm not surprised, but I am happy that she getting her just due. Like, cause like I said, I believe Missy's top 10, I believe Nicki's top 10, and I believe if you top 10 in hip hop, I like the fact that you're selling out stadiums 10 years past your prime. I think as we move forward in hip hop, we want to see more artists who are washed up not in the sense of in the negative sense, but washed up in terms of like if Missy tried to hop on a Metro Boomin beat and say I'm dropping a mixtape featuring Future and shit, we'd be like, Missy, what you doing? Missy, just you can tour the whole world with your old shit. Just do that.
Yeah, please.
But I think we're gonna see like Drake when he 50, he gonna be selling out stadiums. Kendrick, J. Cole, all them niggas.
Okay, so has your opinion on Megan Thee Stallion changed?
Not really. I think I'm still where I am with Megan Thee Stallion. I told you before she dropped her album had to be at a certain caliber. It had to hit certain metrics, or she can't beef with Nicki no more. Because, like, for example, Pusha T can continue to beef with Drake even though Pusha T don't do the same type of numbers because we've all established a respect for Pusha T's art.
Okay.
We are not at that place with Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion is a hot artist. She's hot right now. She's going to be hot for a few years. She's a world...
Is she hot or is she just banking on like that Japanese collab, or I don't know if he's Chinese or Japanese collaboration?
She's relevant.
Okay.
She's a relevant artist. She's in the cultural...
I feel like she's relevant though because people are putting her in places where she can be said, oh, she's relevant because she was here.
And when she's put in those places, people aren't in a rush to get her out of those places. So I think that's relevant in terms of, like, for example, there are other artists who might even be doing more numbers than Meg Thee Stallion, but if you try to put them in your face, like, for example, I think Post Malone does way more numbers than Megan Thee Stallion. But
of course,
if they put Post Malone in your face
mm-hmm.
in too many out of context situations, you will be like, respect the numbers, but my friend, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Not right now. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think Meg Thee Stallion, I'm gonna give her credit on that front. But as far as a rapper, I think Big Lotto is a better rapper right now. I think Big Lotto. Did I call her Big Lotto? Oh my God.
It's just Lotto.
Damn. Damn, I feel a way about myself. That's crazy. But nah, I feel like Lotto's on a wave right now.
Big Lotto.
Hey, clip that. I feel like
He said, "Take it out the podcast, guys."
I mean, like, she should run that, like, Big Lotto, Big Mama. Shout out to Big Mama. But I feel like
Bitch
Lotto's
ain't even a mama. Talking about some damn Big Mama. What the hell is she talking about?
She on a wave right now. I feel like Flo Milli on a wave right now. Glorilla.
Flo Milli is like phasing out and like. Listen, so
you think so?
Yeah, okay. Let me just put this in perspective real quick because
you the female rapper.
Yeah, nah, it's not even that because like literally I said I'm gonna take a break, right?
Okay.
From social media on certain aspects because I be on Twitter all day.
Man,
Twitter is not a real fucking place.
I be deleting all my apps.
Yeah, Twitter is not a real place, and so I'm like, okay, I take Twitter out. I'm like, all right. My ears to the streets, and my ears are always to the streets, but now they're directly to the streets.
Okay, thug.
What's popping off right now? Like, what is everybody listening to? Who cares about what? You know what I'm saying? And in all honesty, like, none of these bras is really doing it. Like, and I just feel like, I don't know, like, everybody, like, because, you know, I have different friends, so everybody playlist is a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I'm not intrigued by a lot of this like music from these newer female artists. It's very boring to me.
Explain.
Like, okay. So we're gonna get into the JT album, right?
Okay.
So I like JT's flows.
Absolutely.
I like what she doing with the rhythm and the flow.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you need for hip hop. You can say whatever you want. It could sound dumb as shit. That's why we like mumble rappers. But if the flow sounds right, we digging it.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. There's so many components to it.
Yes.
Her lyrics are shit. She ain't talking about shit. I'm just like, bruh, like I think I talked about on the last episode, like just how depressing like the Megan Thee Stallion album was. But I know women who I know who've told me, yo, like I think that album was like great. Like I feel like she shed a lot of light on like how I be feeling.
Word.
And I just feel like it's not good for like black women to be feeling depressed like that all the time.
But do they feel depressed at times?
I feel like, yeah, you can feel depressed at times, but at some point you got to lift yourself up out of it. The Megan Thee Stallion album was kind of depressing. The JT album. So when I listen to her interviews and I listen to her album, I'm just like confused. Like, are you this drug dealer? Like, are you a drug dealer who is like a softie at the same time? Or like, is it just like all cap talk because you trying to be like, you even said like the first part of the album, like the first few songs sounds like a Jeezy album, right?
Yeah,
because it's just the flow. Yeah, just the flow and everything on it. So it's like, what are you trying to give us with this album? Like, what do you want me to believe? Do you like, because it's kind of negative, but at the same time, it's kind of empowering of some sorts, but at the same time, it's not. And it's just like, I just want like more. Like, I listened to like the Tierra Whack album, right? The last album she came out with. Like, she had a shower song on there. Like, she's like, I feel great when I'm singing in the shower. Like, where are, like, the black girl songs where, like, we're being, like, who we actually are? And not, like, this, I'm a bad bitch and I have to be a bad bitch all the time. Like, where do we open up to the point where we're an actual person and not just a bad bitch on the screen? Like, yeah, you look good. Cool. Like, I love, you know, everyone loves a good looking person. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. But like, what more is there to you?
Question.
Yeah.
Isn't when you say you want the black female artist in hip hop to speak more than just being a bad bitch. Isn't that what Tierra Whack is doing?
Yeah.
And so JT, maybe, outside looking in as a man, maybe JT's job is to be in that I'm a bad bitch and I need to be a bad bitch role. For example, the reason I say this, excuse me, she went to jail for what? Doing what? Credit fraud?
Yeah, scamming.
Okay. Where does that come from? That's not just survival. That's, I need to not only survive, I need to floss. Right? She has the plastic surgery, the butt enhancements, the breast enhancements, the lips, the face, the whatevers. That's, I need to, so we've established what she'll do for the money. And now we've established what she'll do for the lust and the gaze. Not the LGBT, but the gaze, the GAZE, like the.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
no, I'm just clarifying for the listener. So that is a real pressure that a certain demographic of human beings places on themselves to be, whether you want to call it a bad bitch, whether you want to call it, whatever other terms are for that. So maybe that's what she speaks to. Maybe what also she's not speaking to is, I feel as though when I heard her album, I would have liked a few songs that touched on the need for that feeling.
Yeah.
Like, where does that come from? Like, the reason why I must exist in this world specifically as a bad bitch comes from this place. This place being X, Y, or Z. And I feel like what we instead got was, instead of speaking on the need, it just spoke on, I'm a bad bitch. In addition to being a bad bitch, I'm also tough and nefarious. And I'm unbothered by criticism. And I have sex with a lot of different dudes in a lot of exotic places.
In all honesty, like, at time I feel like she was talking about the same nigga the whole album.
Which is interesting.
Because when she went on a Joe Budden podcast recently, she was like, get married, guys. Like, I don't want to be a hoe. Like, get married. Like, it's good. You know what I'm saying? She said she's turning over a new leaf. I feel like, nah, somebody is just offering you what you really wanted this whole time.
Well,
which is a beautiful thing. But the whole album, she was talking about one nigga. Like, I don't feel like she's fucking like various niggas.
Okay. I'm glad you clarified that. But just from subject matter alone, I feel like, to a degree, I was listening to a female version of Future minus the 2 or 3 songs we get per Future album where he kind of gets real with you. Like, he always has an album cut here and there where he's like, yo, this is where my persona comes from. This is why I am the way I am because of this. I feel like just 2 songs like that anywhere in the album could have made because an artist like Future, I don't want 5 songs like that from Future.
Yeah. On
an album. He can stunt, he can smash all the bitches, do all the drugs, so do what he's doing, but he can just 2 songs to let you know, hey, I'm a human being, essentially. And it seems like for me that's what JT album was lacking. There was 1 or 2 songs where it wasn't made to be bounced to. It's just, hey, dog, I'm a human being. This is me.
You don't feel like she kind of attacked that in the first part where she was talking about, like, why her daddy gave her mama crack and all the other stuff or whatever? Where she kind of like just revisited like past things that happened to her that were kind of effed up. You know what I mean?
I think you need more than 1 song like that.
Okay.
For her.
Okay.
But not more than 3, but definitely more than 1. Okay. You feel me?
Yeah.
Just to continue to bring it full circle, because you touch on, again, she touches on being a bad bitch in so many ways. She touches on multiple songs. She touches on bouncing on a dick in multiple ways. Or where she has sex, or how niggas will spend money on her in multiple ways. And that's primarily what we want from her. But it is a nice reprieve to get at least 2 or 3 songs where we hear about her, the human being, where she where she is mentally, spiritually, all that. And I don't think we got that from her. I think in 30 minutes, we got that a few times from Denzel Curry. And only 34 minutes. I feel like in a longer runtime, we didn't get that at all from JT outside of, the intro. Because I do want to expand on, like, your dad's in jail. Your mom, he gave your mom crack. You became a criminal. You survived Miami. You became who you became. Like, that's a story. Like, don't minimize that. Like, there's a victorious story in there. And I feel like by just, to your point, making bad bitch anthems exclusively, you kind of minimize the triumph that your life has been thus far. But I do think she has a future. I do think she, out of all the female rappers, has, that I hear, post Nicki, has the most potential if she flips a certain switch. I don't know what that switch is. I do think continuing to come out with albums, she'll eventually get there. I think if I had to put it in sports terms, she's a volume shooter. She's somebody who is going to have to shoot a lot of shots to get into rhythm. She's not a one project a year artist. I think she'll have to come out with 2 or 3 more projects before the end of the year so that she can flush and iron herself out as an artist, if that makes sense, before she can start hitting her stride. So that's what I would say if I had to make a last comment about JT. I think I can see it there. Like with the intro, we see it. With some of the songs on the album, it's like watching a raw player in high school. And it's like, dang, he missing a lot of shots, but he missing them the right way. He taking the right shots, they bricking. He getting beat on defense, but he's getting to the right spots, or he getting pushed around down low, but he in the right position. So if you just keep playing games, working on his game, staying after it, he'll eventually get it. That's how I feel about JT. More music needs to be put out, more thought into the music, and also switch up the production too. Don't be afraid to fail. I think more experimentation from her will be good because she does not have a distinct style that she can roll with at the moment. So I think trying to stick with this sound or any previous sounds would be a mistake until she finally hits that stride. That's what I would say. Yeah.
I feel like she's experimented a lot with different sounds on this album. And then I don't know if you heard the song that she came out with Dolce. It was like more of like an electronic feel or whatever. Like she came in the song like bad bitch, bad da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like she be switching up her flow like a lot. Good. I feel like she's very experimental. I feel like she's trying a lot of different things. What's that one song that she had on here? Hold on.
And I like the one that had.
It's that one with the little like she was saying, yeah. Well, you talking about
the little sample vibe,
the little sample joint, the '90s baby joint. Let me see. Yeah, a lot of the ladies like the 90s baby joint. Like when she talking about I'm a 90s baby, I can hide the dick and then whatever. Anyway, it's a song she got called All Stars, JT and Clip. Whoever Clip is, like she did her thing on that one. They had a little like back and forth vibe going on that joint,
I'm looking on Spotify. She got the song with Caliuchis. She got the song with Doechii.
Sorry, go ahead. Can you say that again? Because I'm going to take that part out.
I'm seeing on Spotify, she got the song with Caliuchis.
Did you hear the song with the Caliuchis?
With a Spanish joint.
Caliuchis had her speaking some Spanish on that joint.
Right. She got the joint with
Mala Muniquita.
She got the joint with Doechii.
She had that joint, the joint with Doechii. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she switches it up a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like she just, and I feel like this album was kind of like her sound. Like, this is what she wants to sound like. You know what I'm saying? Like she said that she doesn't like let a lot of people in. critique
reason.
her, and to critique her and give her like feedback or whatever. So this was kind of like her stepping out and like doing her thing. So I appreciated it for what it was. Like I said, I still feel like it's dark. I feel like you said, they not giving you like enough of them. It's just like, oh, I gotta play this part 24/7, but I'm not gonna give you like the real me. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people are like, oh well, Lauryn Hill is the best artist of all time, because Lauryn Hill, I do too. But a lot of people, feel like, oh well, she was super vulnerable on this album. This one album that she came out with, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, and that's great. But Nicki Minaj is also pretty vulnerable too, and she gives you a few of her songs, whether it's a heartbreak song, just her being her, or a godly song, something like that. Like she's been doing a little bit of gospel mix and matching. So I don't know. Like I just feel like everyone needs like to have that balancing counterpart in the album. Like who are you besides this? And I feel like once women are able to get past the bad bitch and this, that, and the third, it's a lot more to us than what meets the eye. And I just want women to know, you don't have to rap these lyrics just because these men are writing it for you. Like, you don't have to rap it. If it's not how you really feel, you don't have to repeat it. You can write your own songs and people are still gonna like it. Use the same flow. Just write your own lyrics and own it. Own who you are as a woman. Like, don't just be a sex object just because you think that's what you're supposed to do. So yeah. Any more thoughts on that? And
yeah, I just want to add, piggyback to that. With artists like JT, she shouldn't be afraid to come out with a dark album or a dark, because I think, her life is dark.
okay.
Your dad goes to jail and he got your mom hooked up on dope, and you had to grow up in that, environment in the hood. Like, to your point, Monica, that's a dark life. You know what I mean? So,
it is, but you're hiding it.
And that's what you just took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to say, but you're rapping your album and your artistry and all these booty anthems, which is fine, but you can't on the intro say some wild, not wild, like it's like wild to say, but you can't on the intro say, yo, why my daddy go to jail? Why my daddy had to get my mom hooked up on dope? What? Like, cause that's making me think, oh shit, we finna be on.
You finna get in there
on some Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Like, this ain't for fun. We finna heal right now.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, it's like you kind of peekabooing, like, yo, this is a part of me, but I'm hiding it. And so it just kind of made me want to hear more about, oh damn, tell me your life story, because that's a crazy story, you know what I mean? And to your point, in a way that I feel like that's more authentic than, like, we get Lauryn Hill, The Miseducation, which it's a very hyped album, but like, she just her dad was like a computer nigga. Her mom had a great job. She ended up going to Columbia University or whatever. And then she made music. It's like, all right, like, she kind of hotep. Like, this is all cool, but like, is there real depth there, or is it like faux depth? And I feel like, I guess we've advanced as music listeners in our culture and in society, where are we at the point now where we question depth. Like, yo, where's this depth coming from that you seem to be expressing? Like, we poke holes and we dig deeper now. Before, it's just like, damn, this person sound deep. They saying deep shit. Nowadays, we like, well, judging by your background, like, where does deepness coming from? Whereas, and also, we're advanced enough to say, hold on, JT, put a pause on the booty anthems real quick.
Yeah,
we need to get to
the nitty gritty
from you. And so,
like, actually relate to those thousands of women around the world.
Millions
Millions of men, women and men around the world. That can relate to, like, whatever you've gone through, like as a child. Like I know somebody who he told me, you know, he's like, yeah, like he grew up like his mother was doing crack in front of him. You know what I'm saying? And it really like affected like, you know, just the way that he sees women and everything.
I'm sure.
So I think like, you know, like women or men, whatever, would like to like just have like a little more in depth, like, you know, and yeah, it's like, oh, well, who are you to ask me to open up? Well, excuse me. We're people who are trying to support your art form,
Yeah, who are you
and understand who are you exactly. So if you want us to continue to listen, we need a little bit more depth, or else you get stuck in the Saweetie role. And I hate to put Saweetie in that role, but she don't give you nothing. Like, and now she's trying to give you a little bit, but she's still holding back. And she's still trying to give you like, I'm that Barbie pretty girl, this, that, and the third. And it's like, Saweetie, you getting old. Like I don't know if you 30 yet, but you about to be 30. You look at you about to be 30. Okay, so my whole thing is like all the 90 whatever. Like you were in a relationship with Quavo. Y'all had a viral video that went viral. You know, and you tried to come out like dissing him as if like you were the innocent one in the situation, you know, and it was just kind of sad. And, you know, I don't really know who you are because it's just like, it's just so much blanketed bullshit. Like, and I think, you know, the women who are able to cement themselves, you know, like even Cardi B, I don't think Cardi B is that great of an artist, but you know what? Cardi B had Get Up 10. Cardi B had Be Careful. Whatever song did she have that was kind of vulnerable? What's that song called? Yeah, it was another one though.
It wasn't Be Careful with Me.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Be Careful.
Oh.
Get Up 10.
Sure, I don't know.
My point is, she gave you a little bit of vulnerability, okay? She showed you she's not perfect. Like, she owns it all the time.
And the nigga went diamond.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on now.
So, it's like, bruh, like, just, like, be yourselves. Like, all the, like, trying to front like you just so bad of a bitch. Nobody's that bad of a bitch. I don't give a shit what YG and all these people are telling you. Like, you've been around the world. You've seen so many girls. Okay, like... I've you know, I haven't been all the way around the world, but I've seen a lot of different women, and I'll just say, like, you know, when you are at your best, you look your best. I don't give a shit if you're big, small, whatever. Like, people always try to make it like, oh, if you're smaller, then you're more pretty. That's not true. Like, every human being, when they're happy, you know, and they're in their role, they are who they are. I ain't saying be unhealthy and all this other shit. I'm not encouraging that at all. I'm just saying, like, everybody looks as they look, and like, people should be able to be happy with themselves. You know what I'm saying?
And to be fair, Monica, just so it doesn't seem like we picking on the women, we see the men going through this.
Yeah.
The men who were superstars a year or two ago, or who looked like they were on that upward trajectory, were not buying their albums. People are not going to their shows because they're not feeling that connection with them. They're not seeing the growth. So I don't want it to make it seem like we just putting unrealistic expectations on the women rappers. This is for all the rappers right now. Like, because, like, we need more. The niggas who we feel like have a story to tell, we're saying, hey, we want to hear that story potentially. Yeah. Like, straight up. Excuse me. And so, yes, everything you said, I agree with 100%. And, yeah, I would say that to JT. Like, we want to hear that depth from you. And, yes, it's unfair. We're tasking you with that. We're not asking of that from Megan. We're not asking of that from Doja. We're not asking of that from Lotto. Because those are the booty-shaking rappers. Yeah. I'm sorry. We have enough. But you have the opportunity to be the rapper from the hood in the female space who did what she had to do to get in the position that you in, and now you can reflect on it. That's if you want to be in the cultural zeitgeist, that's the role that you can fill that's not being filled, that has really never been filled. Yeah. Ever. It's a brand new role. You get to be the first. That's your pathway to being a Hall of Famer. For real, for real. Mm-hmm. In the female rap space. That's a role that's never been filled in hip hop from a woman before. She gets to be the first. She don't even got to be the perfect or the best at it, but she has to do it.
Exactly.
So yeah.
We're gonna take a little break here. We'll be right back with you. The Trapmiss Podcast, episode 11.